Stephen A., I don't want to be callous when I ask this question because I know Markelle Fultz is facing a lot of personal demons, which is none of my business, and I can't imagine what it's like to deal with.
He's still a kid, by the way.
Yes, yeah. and I don't want to be insensitive to that, but is he the biggest bust as a #1 pick?
He will be if he doesn't turn this around. There's still time. There's still hope. He's only 20 years old. So there's still time for him to turn this around, and certainly the opportunity is there for him. And I'm glad you said it the way that you said it, because obviously I've said on several occasions that we have been on this show, he's got a lot of personal things that's going on that have nothing to do with basketball that has drastically affected his ability to play basketball at an elite level, particularly on a consistent basis. And because of that, you know, we talk about the shoulder injury and we talk about how bad his shot was thereafter, where he couldn't even attempt to jump. It was like a jerk, and then like Charles Barkley swinging a golf club, and you know, you just got that motion or whatever. That's how bad his shot got. But that's not the reason I'm saying that he's on the verge of being the biggest bust. It's because that, coupled with those personal demons that have gotten in the way of him playing the game of basketball and focusing to the degree where he can get himself better. If this doesn't change, I don't know of any first overall pick.
Well,
who would be, I mean, Anthony Bennett.
Oh, you're going to save that?
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying all of those names. You can come up with any name you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to.
But no, it wouldn't be.
The answer is Anthony Bennett. Thanks for bringing it up. It's Anthony Bennett, of course. And by the way, good for Anthony Bennett, who's lighting up the G League now, trying to change his script, trying to change his fate. It's not over for Anthony Bennett yet. Keep doing your thing, absolutely. But like Greg Oden, that was injury. That's not his fault. Kwame Brown had a useful career, obviously not what you'd expect from the first overall pick. But Anthony Bennett is the answer. He was awful in the NBA. If he eventually changes that, power to him. I'm rooting for him. But as of this moment, it's Anthony Bennett by far. Look, Markelle Fultz has not been drafted the number of years ago. Was not drafted the number of years ago Anthony Bennett was. What have we seen from Fultz so far? It's really very simple. As you mentioned, lots of problems in his personal life, apparently affecting his shot more than anything. He forgot how to shoot the ball. Markelle Fultz was taken #1 overall in a draft that included not only Lonzo Ball, who was highly touted, and Jason Tatum, who had a polished game already, but also guys like De'Aaron Fox, who were very athletic, competitive, and also had some polish. But the thought was about Fultz, he had a certain polish to his game, but also had the most upside as an athlete. He was different athletically than Lonzo or Tatum or anyone like that. That's why he went #1 overall. That athletic ability hasn't gone anywhere. If he just gets the shot together, he will overnight become a valuable player. It is way too early to call him the #1 all-time bust. So far, that distinction, by the way, and even it may be early for Anthony Bennett, but at this moment, it is clear Anthony Bennett is the answer.
Anthony Bennett played 151 games and averaged 4 points a game. I get where you're coming from. But what I'm trying to say is that it would be one thing if Markelle Fultz was injured. It would be one thing if he had these issues off the court that impeded his ability to play at all and we never saw him. The problem was what we saw, particularly with that shot and the manner in which it was compromised from the time he was drafted to the time that he ended up in the NBA, was so disastrous. We're looking at it from that perspective, and that's where I'm coming from.
You're saying that Fultz had a higher upside than Bennett?
He had a higher upside, A. He had a higher upside, A. And B, it was because we had just seen him a few months earlier. We literally, you and I both sit and scratch our head like, what the hell has been done to this guy?
Right.
We just saw him a few months ago.
No doubt. But if it was done, it can be undone, and it's still early.
And that's what I'm saying. If it's not undone.
Fultz just played 33 games, fewest games played by a #1 overall pick before being traded.
And Philly loves the kid.
I really hope that he can redeem
Philly
himself.
loves the kid,
really
but they
do.
are so relieved that they don't have to deal with it anymore. Yeah.